Record. Okay, cool. All right, everyone's muted. Hey guys, welcome to Thursday night's call. I'm super duper excited to be talking to you guys tonight with the beautiful Robin Henderson. We're going to be talking about connecting with new people on social media and in person. I know a lot of people ask questions about this in the team page, and this is like the one thing that has made my business skyrocket. So I really wanted to talk about it tonight and give you guys my best tips that I've learned from the conferences that I've gone to and all of that. But first, I want to start out the call with recognition like we always do. So I want you guys to raise your hand. And if you're driving, please don't raise your hand because we don't want you to crash your car. But raise your hand if you are already in Success Club this month. So you're helping people, or if you're almost there. If you have any Success Club points and if you're helping people, raise your hand so we can celebrate you. I'm raising my hands. Whoop, whoop, get it. I don't have the Success Club roster pulled up in front of me tonight, so we're not going to worry about that for tonight. But congrats to everyone that is getting close. We still have 2 weeks left to help more people. I'm super excited. I feel like I know a lot of you guys kind of knew that I was in a funk after the video that I shared a couple weeks ago on the team page, and I feel like I'm getting my mojo back. Even though I feel drunk from doing the ultimate reset, I'm so tired, but that's okay. Like, we're just going to go with it. So anyways, now I'm rambling. Also, guys, raise your hands if you rank advanced this week, or if you had anyone on your team that rank advanced. Okay, cool. Well, congrats to everyone that has rank advanced in the month of September. And welcome to all of our new coaches that are on the call. Raise your hand if you're a new coach. And welcome to those of you that are listening to the recording. I want to say too, just as like a side little tidbit, that since we were talking about Success Club, if you guys are not in Success Club yet, or if you feel like you're getting crickets, don't feel bad. You're not the only person. It's happening to me. It's happening to all of us. I've talked to other elite coaches, and they themselves and their teams are experiencing a slow month. So just know that like August and September are always the slowest months. And as long as we keep talking to people and planting the seeds, then we will reap the results. So I know that sometimes it can be frustrating, but I promise you, if we just keep doing what we're doing, then we will make an impact and help people. All right, so let's go ahead. Oh, also update. Pio is on sale this month. I'm not sure if I'm leaving anything else out. What? I keep hearing someone coughing even though everyone's muted. That's really weird. There's like a voice in my head. So Pio is on sale this month, and I do still have a couple of extra tickets for the Eric Worre event if you guys want to go. It's in October. It's like a month, or it's less than a month. It's October 14th, and the tickets are only $200. There's a previous team call recording where you can listen about it if you don't know what I'm talking about. But Eric Worre is one of the guys that I've like basically learned everything from. I am going to sell the rest of the tickets this week if they are not claimed, so just let me know. So let's go ahead and go into it. I want to just start off by telling you guys that to have a successful business, you don't have to be a social media guru. And I just want to tell you where I started. When I started this business, I had like 100 friends on Facebook, maybe. I'm from a small town, so I didn't really know a lot of people. The people that were my friends on Facebook were people I went to high school with, or people that I worked with at restaurants, or people I knew from college and whatnot. And then people that I was working with at the time after college. I had no freaking clue like how to run a business, how to promote yourself on Facebook. I barely even posted on Facebook when I started this. Like, I didn't even really use it that often. It was just like the thing to do, like when I was in college. So I got it. I didn't know how to use Instagram. I didn't know how to use Twitter. I didn't know what the heck blogging was. Like, I didn't know any of it. So I'm telling you guys that so that you just know that if you don't know anything about all those things, then that's okay, because you can learn. And everything that I know, I have learned either from Sandy Krakowski or from Eric Worre, and then the other conferences that I've gone to. Sandy Krakowski, I did a 6-month social media training with her in 2013, and what she did is she would break each social media every month we would learn about a new social media platform. So the things that I teach you guys and that we discuss in our training is stuff that I've learned from her. She has many different free resources on her website, so I highly recommend you guys checking her out. She's freaking amazing. But I'm going to start off by sharing some tips with you guys that I got from the most recent conference that I went to in Vegas a few weeks ago. That was the Most Powerful Women in Network Marketing Conference that Eric Worre hosted. But before I go into that, I want to just tell you guys, I just want to like preface all of this social media and connecting with people out with saying one thing. It's all about sharing and connecting with people. It has nothing to do with selling. You guys, I like held myself back for so long when I started this business because I didn't want to be a salesperson. I didn't know that you can make money with this business when I started. And when I found out like what it was, I'm like, oh gosh, I'm never going to make money with this because I don't want to be a salesperson. So all you have to do is share and connect with people. You share from your heart, you share your experiences, and you just make lots of friends and talk to lots of people. That's really all it's about. I know that sounds crazy simple. You guys all know from New Coach Bootcamp how to connect with new people on different social media platforms. So I'm not going to go into super specifics about that tonight. I know Robin's going to talk a little bit too here in a little bit. But really just keep that in mind, guys. It's all about sharing and connecting. It's not about trying to cram your products down people's throats. It's just about growing your network. I have like 4,100 friends on Facebook now, but that didn't happen overnight. I started this business in 2012. Granted, I didn't do that much in 2012, but it's been about 2 years of consistently building. So just keep that in mind. So I want to share with you guys real quick the tips that I learned from the Eric Worre conference. There's 5 different tips that they gave us. And then one of the girls that spoke, she's in network marketing as well, not in Beachbody, but these are different ideas on what you can post about too, that she has her team post about. So I'll share that in a second. So the first tip is to love everybody and don't worry about them joining. Now that kind of goes along the lines of what I was just saying, is really just share with people, share your heart. Don't word vomit Beachbody all over your pages all the time. Share your life. Like, people don't give two craps about what product you're using or whatever. People want to see you and your life. So don't rule people out. Just love everybody no matter who they are. And don't worry if they're going to join you or not. It's all about making friends and making connections. Listen when you're talking to people. Ask them questions. Don't try to impress them with your story. Listen for cues that they're giving you when you're in conversations as you're getting to know them. There's the acronym that we teach you guys in New Coach Training, FORM. So you're asking them about their family, their occupation, recreation, and M stands for message. Don't overcomplicate this, you guys. Seriously, like, this doesn't have to be, it's not intended to be something where you sound like a robot or sound like a script. And it took me a long time to get it down, because as much as you guys may not believe this about me now, when I started this business, I was terrified to talk to people in person. I would literally be that girl that was in the store that would like put my head down so people wouldn't talk to me. I like didn't know how to talk to people on social media, and I would try and like people wouldn't respond, or I felt like I sounded weird. But this acronym is meant just to like give you an idea of how you can talk to people and things that you can ask them. And once I learned that and I actually started practicing conversations, it gets easier over time. So don't feel like you have to do it in that exact order, but it just gives you an idea of what to talk to people about. And, go into each area as much as you possibly can. Ask them what they do for a living. What do you like about it? What do you hate about it? Do you like your coworkers? How long have you been doing that? And when you start asking people those kinds of questions, then you'll get the cues. They're going to open up. They're probably going to tell you that they're exhausted. They don't like their job. They don't like their coworkers. They don't have enough time. Listen for those cues. So that would be the first tip, is to love everybody and don't worry about them joining. Because seriously, you guys, I have people that have been following me on Facebook since I started this business, and they will come to me and they'll tell me, oh, Jessica, I've been watching you for 2 years. I think I'm finally ready to join. Or, oh, Jessica, I know we've been talking about this for the last month and I've been ignoring you. Or not the last month, the last year, and I've been ignoring you for a while, but I'm ready now. So just know that like they're going to join when the time is right for them. And if it's not right, the business isn't for everybody. If it's not right for them, they won't join, but they may know someone who you can help. All right. So the second tip, this one's very easy, but this is one of the ones that they gave us. Your profile picture needs to be a picture of you. So everybody loves your kids and your family and your kitties and your doggies and all that, and they're freaking adorable, but people want to actually see who they're talking to. That's why doing things like video chats and things like that, when, because we're connecting with people all throughout the country, is very helpful, because that your face is like a personal connection so that they can relate to you. So that one's really simple. The third thing would be to pick 3 to 5 things you love to post about. Now that's something that I teach you guys like on the second or third day of boot camp. I can't remember what day it is. It might be further on past that. But think about the things that you enjoy. you want, like I was saying earlier, you want to post about things other than Beachbody. Um, what I try to do is every like fifth post or so, I try to post about Beachbody. Because if you're posting about all Beachbody all day long, like no one's going to want to follow you. If you post about all health and fitness all day long, no one's going to connect with you. I was listening to a call that Amy Silverman did yesterday, and she was talking about that. And she said that her business really started to like boom and blow up when she stopped just posting about health and fitness all the time and she started posting stuff about her life. So that's going to be different for everybody. For me, I post things about travel, I post things about my friends, I post things about, I was going to say fashion, but not really. Sometimes. I've been living in my pajamas this week, but anyway, post about your faith, post inspiring quotes. It can be whatever you want it to be, and it's going to be different for everybody. It could be yoga, it could be being a vegan, it could be anything, but it's whatever you enjoy, because people are going to connect with you. They're not going to connect with some product. So that would be the third tip. The fourth tip goes right along with this, and this is what we talk about all the time, but brand yourself. Don't brand Beachbody. Every picture that you post when you're sharing, you don't want the product to be in the picture. This is a mistake that I was making for a while. Even at the beginning of this year, I would like take a picture of me like kissing my Shakeology bag, and that's cool, but don't do it very often. Like I try to maybe show a product in my pictures like once a month or less. But what you want to do is you want people to connect with you. When you're posting pictures of like you with your workout DVD, and like I'm not making fun of people because I used to do this too, but when people see that like, ooh, workout DVD, like they're just going to keep scrolling, because so many people on social media, they're selling things, and I believe we're in the sharing business, not the selling business. Like Carl said at Summit, we're multi-level helping. But anyways, people are going to keep scrolling. They're going to connect with you, not a product. You don't want to cram the business down people's throats. So I would say about 90%, 95% of the time, do not talk about the product. Talk about yourself, your life, and those things that you like. You guys might notice if you watch what I post that when I do share about the products, I don't really refer to it as whatever the name of it is. Like if I posted the other day, I've been talking about doing the ultimate reset, but I've never once said that I'm doing the ultimate reset. I keep saying I'm doing a detox. I posted on the weekend, I think, about Shakeology, and I just called it my superfood shake. If I post about PiYo, I'll call it my Pilates-based yoga workout. So different things like that. And I don't refer to myself as a Beachbody coach. I just refer to myself as a coach. And if someone asks me what I do, I'll just say I help people reach financial freedom, and I also help people achieve their health and fitness goals. So again, it's not that we don't love Beachbody and we don't love the products, because we do, but people are not going to relate to that. People are going to relate to you and connect with you. So that would be the fourth thing. The fifth thing is to be vulnerable and let people into your lives and share your struggles. Now, I know that this is super scary. When I first started doing this, like I was like embarrassed. I was afraid people were going to judge me. It was very scary for me. I was always that person that seeked approval from everybody else. So this was very hard for me to do, especially when I was made fun of like growing up and stuff like that. But I will tell you that when you do start sharing your struggles and you're open, people will be attracted to you and they'll want to work with you. Because if you aren't sharing your struggles, or if you're not talking about what you're going through and being vulnerable, people won't be able to identify with you. They're going to think that you're like this cookie cutter perfect person that like eats healthy every day and like gets it all right. But in reality, like none of us are perfect. Like God's the only person that's perfect, and he's not a person. So it's important to share what you're going through and share your struggles. I mean, what I've been going through lately with my emotional personal struggle since I moved, the last couple of weeks I've been struggling, and I haven't, Susanna said I just ate a cookie. You go, girl, post that shit on social media. I haven't shared completely yet on social media, like what I've been going through, only because I don't have the words, because there's so many different things. But when I get the words, I plan on sharing it. And I do throw things out there here and there. But even share, like if you skipped a workout, or like Susanna said, I just ate a cookie. The other day I freaking did a post, and I didn't take a picture of it, but I said, some days you just need to eat In-N-Out burger in your underwear in your bed. I mean, clearly I'm not going to post a picture about that, because I'm not trying to look like a skankalank on Facebook, but you can say things like that. People relate to that. All right. So those are the 5 tips. I'll go over them real quick. Number 1, love everybody and don't worry about them joining. Number 2, your profile pic needs to be you. Number 3, pick 3 to 5 things you love to post. 4, brand yourself. 5, be vulnerable and let people into your lives and share your struggles. So now I'm going to give you guys 8 different ideas on what you can post about, and then I'm going to hand it over to the amazing, beautiful Robin so she can share her wisdom. So again, these things are going to be different for everybody, but these are just 8 different ideas. Number 1 is your family. Number 2, post videos. I haven't posted a video in a while, but I know I used to do them every week, and they got a lot of traction. Like, people can really connect with you and relate to you when they see you talking and see that you're a real person. Number 3 is doing a post about the business. So that would be just different things, like if you guys saw what I posted about on my page last night about going to the leadership retreat, and I just shared about being able to do something like that. Or if you're working and you take a picture of you at the coffee shop with your laptop and your coffee, that can be a business post. The 4th thing is your lifestyle. So the things that you're able to do because of this business, and that kind of goes into what I was just talking about, like whether that's traveling or doing your personal development or being able to go shopping. Like, even if you're literally taking if you're a brand new coach and you just earned $20 and you take that $20 to fill up your gas tank, like, that is freedom compared to what most people have, because most people don't have an extra stream of income coming in. The 5th thing would be something that you're grateful for. So that could be anything in your life or something that you're grateful for because of this business. The 6th thing would be something fun or funny. The 7th thing would be pictures. Well, okay, that one didn't make sense. I think they were just saying, I'm just looking at my notes, pictures of, or pictures always tend to have more engagement than posts without pictures, but that's not always true. And the 8th thing would be food. So those are just 8 things, and I'll go through them real quick. Number 1, family. 2, videos. 3, biz post. 4, lifestyle. 5, what you're grateful for. 6, fun. 7, pictures. 8, food. All right. So before I talk to you guys about how to connect with people out and about, I want to hand it over to Robin. Robin is one of my coaches. She joined us at the beginning of the summer, and I actually met Robin on Pinterest. I believe it was last year, and we've been talking for a super long time. I had to look at her page today to remember how many Pinterest followers she had, but I think it's like 18,000 Pinterest followers. So Robin is someone that is like very educated when it comes to social media and building a business. Like, I remember emailing Robin and being like, can I have your opinion on this? Like, I'm doing this new thing, before she started. So she's amazing. She has lots of wisdom, and I'm going to hand it over to her now.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. There's a lot of different ways that you can approach social media, but I think the one thing you always have to keep in mind is just find something that works for you. And that's going to be different for everybody. So I'm going to go through the usual suspects. You have LinkedIn, which is kind of the professionals network. So people that are still working, people that are still in the corporate world, they live and die by LinkedIn. You have Twitter, you have Pinterest, you have Facebook, Instagram, you have YouTube, and I'll get to that in a minute. But then you also have some new kind of things that are coming on the horizon, such as Periscope. Now, I'm not going to talk about Periscope tonight because I haven't done a Periscope yet. I know Jessica and Melissa have done Periscope, and they've gotten some interesting and some amazing results from it. But the 2 things that really drive social media today are videos and photos. So remember, every time you post, even if it's on Facebook or Twitter, make sure you're including some type of image with it. Image gets more attraction and they get more engagement. And because when people are scrolling through, it's the image and the color that catches their eye. So just keep that in mind when you're posting. I'm going to go over 4 tips that have helped me and continue to help me kind of grow and build. So the first one is pick a platform that you're comfortable with. And I think that's really important. For some people, it is Facebook. And I'm going to give you an idea. When I first became a coach, I was not on Facebook. I know that's really hard for people to understand, but I avoided Facebook like the plague. But then I learned to embrace Facebook. And within a couple of months, I kind of, have learned and kind of worked my way around it. But whatever platform it is for you, whether it's Instagram, whether it's Pinterest, whatever it is, pick something that you're comfortable with. Spend time there. That's where you're going to develop your presence. You also have to understand that the more you're comfortable with it, the more time you're going to spend on it, the more time you're going to spend, the more people you're going to connect with and engage with. And so it's kind of like a circle. nobody's expecting you to be an expert on all the platforms. I think that's unrealistic. But just pick something that matches who you are, what you're trying to do, and matches your personality. The second one is find your voice. And this is something that I'm still learning and still trying to do as a coach. Before becoming a coach, my voice really it was kind of health and fitness, but it was mostly kind of social media tips. So I'm kind of like transitioning from that into more of a health and fitness focus. But people want to connect with who you are and what you're about. And whether it's writing or blogging, whether it's posting, creative pictures, whether it's posting videos, whatever it is, or maybe you just like commenting. Maybe that's just how you're going to start off. You're just going to find other people's posts and comment on it. Whatever it is, just make sure you do it consistently. And the one thing I like to say is be consistently engaged. So don't just post something and then kind of exit and then kind of move on to your next post. When people like it, reach out to them. When people comment on your post, reply to their comment. Keep the conversation going. That's how you start to engage with people and kind of invite people to kind of listen to what you have to say and follow you. I'm going to give you an example. So on my own personal tracker every week, what I do is I set aside at least 3 days that I'm following up with everybody, whether it's somebody that I'm reaching out to for a challenge pack, whether it's somebody I think would be great for coaching, whatever it is, I'm always following up. So yesterday was one of those days. So I went through all of my new Instagram contacts and just liked or commented on something. And this morning when I woke up, 50% of those people that I reached out to yesterday went to my page and liked or commented something on my page. So you have to keep the conversation going. You have to show up and you have to be present. For me, writing is kind of what I love to do. So for me, writing and blogging is going to kind of be my medium. But whatever it is for you, like for Melanie, I can clearly see now that she's got the video bug. So whatever it is for you, just pick something and just be consistent at it. And just keep doing it, because this is, it's like they said at Summit, this is not a one-night stand. This is not a quick relationship. This is something where, you're going to get to know these people long-term. And then the other thing that I would say is about finding your voice is finding your niche. So that could be different for everybody. So for me, it's writing, but I really like my focus and my emphasis is on food. So like, healthy food, plant-based food, whatever you want to call it, that's kind of what my thing has been. It's my comfort zone. It's kind of what I do when nobody else is looking and in my spare time. And that is a good indication of what you're passionate about. So think about the times when the kids are not there, you got the house to yourself, and it may only be for a few minutes. What do you want to do? And that's a good indication of, what you're going to be passionate about. And that's what you need to start doing on social media, because that's who you are and that's going to come through. The fourth tip is, this is where the sharing part comes in. It's about sharing your journey, sharing your life experiences, what's happening, the good, the bad, and even the ugly. People need to know that, and that's what people connect with. The more vulnerable you are, the more authentic you are, the more people are going to say, hey, I want to follow this person. I want to learn more about her or him. And this gives people something to relate to, and that's what people are looking for. So, and I see them all the time on Instagram, these Beachbody coaches that all they post about is Beachbody and product and product and product. And I'm thinking, nobody knows who they are. Nobody knows what it is that they offer. And when you share your journey and you're sharing, what's working and what's not working, that gives people an inclination as to why you do what you do, why you decided to be a coach. And sometimes, you don't have to say it overtly. You can say it through what you're doing and what you're posting about. People want to see that. But the other thing to remember is, if you are posting something that is a struggle or anything like that, make sure you always post how you solve the problem. Always end every post on a positive note. So that's one of the things that I learned very early on. Because when you put something out there and says, hey, I had a bad eating day, or I fell off the wagon, but this is how I got back on, and this is how you can get back on. So always end it on a positive note. Always give them something of value to take away. People always ask me, is there a formula? No, there isn't a formula. I wish there was. But the thing to keep in mind is just whatever it is that you, whatever path that you choose, whatever platform you choose, whatever it is you want to do, whether it's writing or videos or photos, whatever it is, just make sure you're doing it consistently. And, you know, for me, that's, you know, 3 to 5 times a week. And then on the weekends, it's just about me. It's just about my life. I don't post anything about business on the weekends. And yeah, I mean, you've got to focus on the relationship first. So one of the things that, you know, whether regardless of what platform you're on, you have to focus on the relationship first. And like Jessica said, you know, love everybody and don't worry about who's going to sign up and who's not. Because if you start focusing on that, you're going to stress yourself out. But just get out there, start sharing, be consistent, focus on the relationship, because that's what people want to do first. And I'm going to give you an example. One of the girls that I've found on Instagram, you know, I've sent her messages and they were kind of canned, and I've, you know, liked and commented on her post. And it wasn't until I just asked a simple question, how is your day going? It was just as simple as that. And now we're going back and forth like every other day. And she will eventually come around, but remember, it's going to take time. And you just got to plant the seeds and keep planting the seeds. For me, what I have found is that the ultimate goal, regardless of what platform you start the conversation on, is you need to get them on Facebook. And the reason why I say that is because Facebook is where they see who you are and what you're about and what your journey is. They can kind of get that from Instagram, but they really get it from Facebook. They don't get that from Twitter. They don't get that from LinkedIn. They can get it from YouTube, but it's in snippets. And you can post your YouTube videos on your Facebook feed. So remember that as well. But make sure you get them on Facebook. Like, that's the ultimate goal, because you can start the conversation someplace else, but once you get them on Facebook, that's when they get to know you. That's when they want to promote you. That's when they want to be a part of what you're offering, and they're eager to jump on board. And Facebook is also a great platform to start to kind of carry on the conversation. Like, most of the times I'll get to the point on Facebook, I'm like, hey, what's your number? What's your email? So we can connect offline. And without flinching, they say, here it is. Let's do that. Because it's really difficult on the other platforms. They're a little bit more hesitant, but on Facebook, they really do feel like they're your friend. But, you know, I think just be consistent, be engaged, focus on the relationship, pick something that you're comfortable doing, and just get out there and start doing it. And those would be my number one tips to do it. Remember, everybody started out as a beginner. Even I started out as a beginner on Facebook. I had to learn it like really, really quickly. But the more you do it, the more you learn about it, the better you'll be at it. It's just like anything else. So, yeah.
Yay.
Good luck, everybody.
I love it. Thanks for sharing, girl.
Uh-huh.
I second everything that Robin said. She did absolutely amazing. And yeah, guys, I definitely do encourage you, like she just said, to get people to Facebook if you meet them on another platform. But talking about all this made me think of something that I didn't mention. So if we run out of time and I don't get to talk about connecting with people out and about, then I'll make a video and post it in the team page. But I do want to say, I know I said this at the beginning of the call, but don't overcomplicate it. I only started on Facebook when I started this. I don't know if I said this or not. If I'm repeating myself, I'm sorry. My brain cells are a little bit diminished right now. But I didn't start Instagram, Twitter, a blog, any of that until 1 year into the business. So the way that I started connecting with people on Facebook was by looking at people you may know, which all you have to do is go to your friends list and click on Find Friends, and that'll show you all these people that you may know. And I would add people that I knew from high school, from college, whatever. And then I just started reaching out to them. Another thing that you can do is join Facebook groups by interest. So you can just type in stuff in the search bar at the top. I'm in a couple different groups right now for like girl bosses or like women empowerment groups, like different stuff like that. There's like raw vegan groups and different things like that. Like those were just things that I was looking into. So again, it's based on your interests, and just start there. Learn one thing at a time. Get really good at one thing. And like Robin said, figure out which one is yours, like where you're most comfortable. And then when you're comfortable and consistent, then move on to the next thing. Okay. So I do have enough time real quick to talk about how to connect with people out and about. And this will be really quick. It's really not complicated at all. And this is something I literally used to be terrified about until I started going to all the conferences that I go to, because I was forced, my introverted self, to get into groups of people that I had no clue who they were and talk to them. And then after the conference, I'd be so fired fired up. Like I would talk to people on the plane and like talk to everybody. And then I'd get back home and go back into my little hermit introverted self. But now I'm just like, whatever, I don't care. Because you really do feel happier when you connect with people. And I want to say, before I tell you how to do this, like, don't make it about the business. Don't go out looking to like hound people about the business. Look to go out and meet new people and figure out how you can make people have a better day. Make it about that. Make everyone that you come across have a better day and a happier day, even if all you do is smile at them and you don't connect with them, like, and get their contact information. Just make everybody happier. So what I do when I'm connecting with people out and about, if I'm at Starbucks, the grocery store, a restaurant, wherever it may be, one thing that you can do is you can compliment someone. Like, my go-to is like, oh, I love your earrings. Oh, I love your bag. Oh, I love your top. Where'd you get it? Like, that's a super easy way to start a conversation. The second way would be is to ask them a question. Like if you're in the line at Starbucks, like, oh, I'm really wanting to try something new. Have you tried the pumpkin spice latte yet? That's a different way you could start a conversation. You can ask them for their help with something. Like if you're at a restaurant, hey, I've never been here before. Like, I really don't know what to get. What would you recommend? And then when you start the conversation based on that, don't get in your own head and think too much about what you should say next. Just let the conversation go and go with the flow. Every conversation isn't going to get to that point where you connect with them on social media or get their phone number. So just remember that. But just think about form, that process where we're just talking to people about where they're from, what they do, if you have that much time to talk to them about that. But if you're at a restaurant or at Starbucks and you're talking to them, you can ask them like, so are you from around here? Like, do you come here a lot? And then what I like to do, this would be the second thing, is to look for a common ground with people. Like I said, don't overcomplicate it or think about it too much. But what I have been kind of doing is like, I'll go to a yoga class around here since I just moved, and I'll ask them like, so are you from this area? I just moved here. And then we'll be going out the door and I'll just say to them, I'd love to connect with you on Facebook, or, we can exchange phone numbers or whatever. I love making new friends. I just love meeting new people. And I did this when I've lived places that I had lived for a couple years. So you don't have to be new to a place to do this. I'm just kind of giving you an example of what I say. And you can kind of just say to them, I love chatting with you. I would love to keep in touch. Maybe we can go get a coffee sometime, whatever you want to say. Dear Lord, it sounds like someone's breaking my door down for a second. So if I notice that people seem hesitant, which has only happened one time ever, then I'll say, I'm not a creeper. I just love meeting new people. No worries if you don't want to connect that way. I know not everyone's on social media. So keep that in your back pocket if that makes you feel comfortable. But most people will always want to connect. There's only been a few people that have not. And yes, I agree with Robin. Some people are creepers. Be selective. I do not go up to like 40-year-old men and do this. I've had 40-year-old men come up to me and tell me that they were watching me walk from far away. And I was like instantly creeped out. And I'm like, bye. So yeah, so those are just a few ways of how you can talk to people out and about. Connect with them, compliment them, ask them a question, look for a common ground, and then connect with them on Facebook or text message. And I promise you it's really that easy. You just have to practice it and it gets easier. Okay, so we have less than a minute. I want to give you guys 2 action items on how you can implement this into your business. And we'll do the giveaway for the prize in the team page after this call. If you're one of my friends that's not a coach yet and you're listening to this call, I know a few of you on here. I know Sierra is on here. I see her. I know Elias is on the phone. You guys can just text me a number. I'll explain it in a second. So the first thing to implement this into your business is to create your avatar. And that would be just writing down who you are as a person. I just had Robin do this the other day, and pick 5 things that you are about. The second thing would be to sign up for Sandy Kurkowski's free resources on her website or her training, or go to the Eric Worre conference with us, or you can even do the live streaming event. To give you guys a closing quote real quick, this is by Marilyn Monroe. We should all start to live before we get too old. Fear is stupid, so are regrets. I just really liked that. Okay, so for the giveaway for the prize, we're going to do a random number 1 through 100. So either post that in the team page or text it to me if you're not on the team yet, and we will do a prize for the person that is closest to that number. So I really love all of you guys. I had fun talking with you all tonight about how to connect with people on social media, and I will see you on the team page. I love you all, and thanks again, Robin, for sharing. Bye.